In the big bilge tank, we'll keep you in the know. In the big bilge tank, we'll fix your techie woes.
And we'll break things and we'll make things till we're all together raking, and
We'll raise a cup of grog down in the big bilge tank. In the big bilge tank, come and join our pirate crew. In the big bilge tank,
We will show you what to do.
and we'll hack it till we crack it.
and we'll tell the world about it and forget to tidy up.
That's why it's now a bilge tank.
Hello and welcome to episode 104 of the Bilge Tank, live from Sheffield on Sea.
Konnichiwa.
Hello.
Sounds like 1/5 of my Japanese vocabulary.
You use 1/5 on the way in, 1/5 on the way
Yeah.
out, and then the rest is just idle conversation, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
Yeah, smiling and nodding a lot.
So we are here back in the Bilge Tank. Paul has been on a mega mission to the Far East with Nico, and they sidled back in at about lunchtime yesterday, looking very tired.
Yeah, it was pretty epic,
yeah.
exhausting, but yeah, it was a good tour. We did a lot.
We spent 2 weeks getting pictures on Slack. And we're all sat here just watching crazy stuff.
Yeah, so we're now going to distill that whole experience down into weird candy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, I got you a present.
Ooh.
It's now the official Bilge Tank
That looks
hat.
so vibrant.
Lobster crab hat.
Mhm.
Is it crab or lobster?
I think it's more crabby, but
It's quite crabby, isn't it?
yep,
Nice.
Very red.
that is beautiful.
I like
You've
it.
just got a bit of a claw in the way
There we
there,
go.
so just need to see your eyes properly.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So now you can
Lovely.
like put your
Thank you
head
very
on the
much.
desk and wave it like that and be a crab. That's actually
Brilliant.
surprisingly effective.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay. I like
fantastic.
it. It's quite warm.
Yeah, it's because we've got the lights on.
Okay, so where did you go? This was mostly to go to Make Fair Tokyo, right?
So the
Stop.
official reason was to go to Make Fair Tokyo, and since we're travelling that far anyway, we decided to kind of make a holiday of it. And Switch Science were really kind and hosted us at their booth, and especially the Japan Raspberry Pi users group were just amazing.
They're always awesome, though, right?
Yeah, they're always awesome, but they looked after us. They kind of made sure we didn't get into trouble, wander into any open sewers or anything. Made sure we kind of got on the right trains, and just generally made sure we saw awesome stuff everywhere. So there was karaoke until 6 a.m. And then Masafumi-san went straight to work after that. He was like, so hardcore.
It's an animal.
Yeah. Whereas me and Nico took to like sleeping on tables in Starbucks, because that's the done thing over there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
So how
just-
was Make Fair Tokyo?
Make Fair Tokyo was great. Again, it was mostly people just showing off their passions. They were saying, look, here's what I'm interested in. Here's me doing it to the best of my ability. So it was very, very well done. Everyone was very professional about what they did while being kind of hobbyist and just kind of, it's just something I do about it.
But it's quite pure. It's quite a
Quite pure, yeah.
pure Make
They
Fair
actually,
event.
the sponsors they put at the back,
Did they?
they kind of shove them right to the back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you should be honoured to sponsor us.
Excellent.
And just shut up, stay at the back, try not to cause a ruckus, which was good. Yeah.
And
I like
did the kind of smaller vendors, were they literally just showing off a one-off project? Or did they often have like their own little kind of product range and you could pick something up while you were there?
Little bits and pieces, yeah. There was a variety of kind of things going on, from just being crazy about how something looks to be kind of into something being quite advanced.
Mhm.
People playing with EEGs to control Minecraft, laser cutting garments in various ways, from jeans to leather smocks.
Excellent.
And I think the kind of kids area where you got to play with stuff, which I think was Little Bits, was really extensive as well and really well done. So it was a really good vibe.
Cool.
And they had like a Excel convention centre where they don't just have one event, they have like 4 events going on. So there was also Design Festa and an antiques market just happening in the same thing. Yeah. But the Design Festa was the student edition. And what it was like in real life Etsy.
Yeah.
Everyone just marketing their little self-made badges.
Was that the one where people were basically just drawing directly onto backdrops?
That was the cool arty bit, but the rest of it was like hundreds of Etsy stalls, which was awesome.
You sent us a picture on Slack of you guys all in a pub or a restaurant or something,
Yeah,
with one guy with his laptop out programming one of these boards.
yeah. It wasn't even with his laptop out. This is IchigoJam, which is strawberry jam.
IchigoJam.
Yep.
Boom.
There we go. And what this is It's a really literally basic board. It has a composite output. You have to solder on a kind of ghetto USB connector to plug your keyboard in, solder it yourself, and it just boots into kind of low-res basic on a composite screen.
No.
That's pretty cool.
And that's it, and you just get on with it. You just write basic into it, and it's this really simple 8-bit experience for not much money. But the really good thing is, the the community they've put behind it.
Yeah.
They've got a really good community, and they've gone big on the workshops. They've gone big on having support documents,
Yeah.
and just building a good feeling around it. They've, yeah,
It's a nice idea because, like, when we were kids, all computers were like that, right? You
Yeah.
plugged them into your TV, you booted it up, and in seconds you had a prompt to start typing code.
it's totally that distilled experience. And he's got hats working on it over I2C.
Awesome. Phil, I handed you that to put on close-up cam so that we could try and see what's on the chip, but
Not
to,
really.
to tip it a little bit and lift it a bit, maybe.
Ah,
I don't.
Close we can get.
We'll stick it under the microscope at some point. While pulling
tilt. Other way. Oh, there we go.
left of it.
Can't read that.
Nah.
No.
We'll find it out. Oh, it says
Yeah.
it. It might say it at the bottom actually. Does it say LP?
It did say that.
There you go.
That
There's
might
one
be
of
the
them.
sound chip.
You think so?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot like the Fig Nation project that Les is mentioning.
Yeah.
And now Phil's going to try and live solder this.
Wait, why now live soldering
Because
this?
you're on the right side of the table. I'm going to start pushing some components through the board.
Yeah.
Do the small stuff first and then the headers, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll put us off to the side while we kind of talk about this some more.
I think this kind of stuff's really cool. By
It
the way,
is.
just looking at their site, it does come in kit form, but they also sell it pre-assembled by the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
We should have a play with this and see if we want to put it in the shop.
But there we
Kind of a
were,
cool
just
idea.
we were below DMM Make, which is kind of a professional level make space in Tokyo.
Right.
We'd been around there, seen all their kind of 50 grand DSO oscilloscopes and things. And then we were in the British pub in their lobby,
Yeah.
and we were just drinking yards of ale and programming these on the table. It was just amazing. And they have a Japanese one that comes with it, which has a comic on how to set it up and use it as well.
Oh,
For
that's cute.
manga, as they call it out there.
Manga.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Will we stock it? I think it's something we should
Possibly.
look at, yeah.
We'll talk to them about it
Yeah,
and see.
yeah.
Does that switch meant to stand right up?
Oh, it should go through the board.
Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Actually, the holes are a nice tight fit. They feel like they're a little bit too small, but then
Yep.
obviously it retains the component well.
Cool.
It's a nice touch.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to talk about the other thing we got in the post when I got back, which is we got Nimunoloops, which is the rather weird name for the Lego tape. Should we put that bottom
Put it
left
up
there?
there quickly.
Is this
Gonna-
why you were asking for Lego bricks?
Yeah.
I put this page up just to show that it came from an Indiegogo, but actually the campaign is over now. You can go to their website instead, where I think they sell this.
Cool. So what you get is kind of floppy tape with Lego things on it and self-adhesive backing, and you're supposed to put it on walls, and then you can just start building Legos on walls. Legos. I said Legos. I'm just gonna. I'm sorry.
Don't ever. Don't.
I apologise for the nation.
Outrageous.
So you put Lego on it, and yeah, it just sticks to anything like dinosaurs and whatever.
That is pretty cool. How adhesive is it? Is it really sticky stuff?
I don't know. I'm going to try some on my skin now,
Cool.
so I can make myself into like Triceratops. So I'm going to pull that off. Have we got scissors?
Very good question, actually.
If not, I think I have my trusty blade in my pocket.
Trusty blade.
I really should have kind of covered these
there we
off
go.
after
I
this.
can't see anything. I'm floating around this.
C2.
Always.
C2.
Okay, that's not too bad to cut. Right.
Fun there.
Yeah.
So-
Getting all your components lined up, fella.
Do you like some blue tack?
No, I'm just bending the leads like an animal.
Oh wow!
Animal.
This actually fits a lot better than I hoped. I assumed the fit was going to be just terrible, and you wouldn't be able to get the Lego nubbins into it. But that's actually quite creditable.
Is it? Oh.
Legoing you.
Oh yeah,
Legoing
that is
you.
a decent fit, isn't it?
Yeah. Phil, you try it. While
Phil,
you're
Phil.
also soldering.
Stick this to your face.
Can
Yeah.
I make a Lego bracelet?
Let's show it under the close-up as well.
It's a,
Oh wait, I double closed up.
Oh no.
It's a very cool idea, isn't it?
Yeah. But this was. You remember the fidget cube? It was one of these things where they had the Kickstarter and they took like 6 months or so to deliver, and in the meantime, China had buried the market with cheap knockoffs, and the same thing happened to this. So if you go to eBay, you kind of find the non-official version of this,
It is pretty good.
which is kind of sad, but it's kind of very much the if you're not willing to make something quickly.
People are treating Kickstarter as like a platform to approach when you've got an idea and want to turn that idea into a thing, rather than a platform you approach when you've got a finished product.
But that's what
But that's-
Kickstarter was meant
yeah.
to be, and that's the problem, isn't it? Because
You
it's turned into a
can't
shop
go to it
now.
with an idea. That's the trouble. You have to have
Well, no,
something
but
more credible. Than
It
that.
was that's kind of how it was meant to be originally, but
Mm.
it's changed a lot over the time.
Yeah,
So I'm just trying to identify resistant
It's a
values.
good thing.
but it's
though,
that thing where if you don't deliver quickly, then you'll get cannibalised away.
Yeah.
If your idea is kind of simple enough that it can be injection molded in weeks,
Yeah, you're gone.
which unfortunately this is. But this is cool. We got the official stuff, and we're sticking it up around the bilge tank, office, on relatives, children, that kind of thing. And yeah, so that's good. Yeah. So did you make the excuse that we were on a high power Skype call and that's why we were late?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
It was really high powered. We can't talk about it. It's
No.
just super secret.
very piratical.
Look, they've got a
Very
little.
high-powered.
Not recommended for use on painted surfaces. Clean surface before sticking. See, I didn't clean my
That
surface
one's
before
dirty,
sticking.
dirty sticking.
We got another cool Lego thing that arrived recently, actually, that we might
Yeah.
be stocking. So maybe we'll mention that next week.
Ooh, that'd be good. Because that's kind of Emma's
Oh,
thing.
that is nice. Look, through-hole micro B USB connector. That's a cute little thing.
Just show the instructions there, because that shows the basic for the Namuno loops. Not the Namuno loops.
Oh, I'm gonna.
IchigoJam.
Okay, so one more.
Bill, all the bits are in the thing.
Let's try not to set fire to this on soldering on Break 60.
So you can pick out the little kind of English Roman characters there, but you can understand enough to do stuff on this. I like that. They do have an English booklet that comes with it, but it doesn't have the manga.
Does this work with a regular USB keyboard?
Yeah, that's what this daughter board is. This daughter board is a PCB USB connectors.
With super ghetto USB connectors.
Yep. So you got a keyboard there.
You do that's it fell off.
Does that actually
Wow.
latch onto it? That keyboard?
Oh, this.
That one there.
It's the cable. There we go.
It's probably attached to a
plugged
pi.
into Phil's Pi.
Oh, we
You
can
weren't
do
using that, were you, Phil?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Cool.
Anymore.
Is it fitting?
Ooh, that's tight.
It's a very thick
Ooh.
circuit board.
It's actually the width.
Really?
You see?
You have to whittle that down, don't you?
We would have to whittle that down a little
I'm
bit.
pretty sure that's supposed to be USB.
This would be doable.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But not today.
Mm-hmm.
Here goes nothing.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
IchigoJam. I
Ah,
have no idea what that is.
Are you finished yet, Phil? You've had seconds. What's going on? He's rattling through those joints quite quickly.
oh no.
Excellent.
It's really awkward to try
Yeah.
and do it under the camera quite
Right.
far away from me.
So while Phil's doing that, I'm going to knock him down to the corner. And
I'm going
we
to
shall-
augment his clothing. Oh no, we lost it.
I think we should move on to taste
Lose,
testing.
Leave with nothing.
Taste testing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the things you've got to do in Japan is kind of buy the weird candy. So we have 4 flavours of Kit Kat here, which we can
Might
show
need
off
some
above
tin
Phil.
snips. Ooh. Kit Kat.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's strawberry, I think. Cherry maybe.
So look.
Have a break.
Have a
Kit
break.
Kat.
Kit Kat.
This one's pink sand.
Ooh,
And cherry
pink
blossom.
sand, my favourite.
If you look further up, it's quite clearly got a pile of sand
Yep.
and cherry
I'm going to try that
blossoms.
one now. I want to know what pink sand tastes like. Oh my god, that's roasted soybean. What?
That's totally apparent from the packaging. And then I think that one's the matcha. So green tea powder.
Yep.
And that one is the wasabi.
Ooh, that sounds horrible.
That's the risky biscuit of the day.
Quite literally.
The risky
Oh,
biscuit.
Legos fell off again.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
And then we have wasabi sweets, which are small green and a bit like Phil's grape lights.
These are really warm and soft.
Yeah, it's because it's quite warm here.
It's quite warm.
They've also travelled about 10,000 miles.
They have.
Yeah.
But under your armpit was the only place to store them, wasn't
Smuggling.
it?
Okay.
That just tastes like a wafer biscuit. You know those wafers you used to
pink
get?
wafers, yeah.
It's quite nice.
I never knew they were
So
filled with
simple.
soybeans.
Let's just go straight to the wasabi, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that this one?
It could be either of them, really. I'm just not sure.
Find
I
out,
think the
mate.
dark green is the wasabi. The interesting thing we got are these grape sweets, and if you hold that up into the close-up, they have this really adorable little illustration which basically says, "Do not feed them to small people or old people." And people are like, do they contain alcohol or something? And it turns out that the jelly in these just doesn't melt in the mouth like normal jelly, so they will choke small children. And they actually got recalled in Japan and had to put this sign on them.
Oh. It's not,
I haven't tasted one of these yet. It's supposed to be red grape.
are you going for it now, or are you having some wasabi chocolate?
Yeah,
stick?
I'm going to try and have it all in one go, just to see if it actually. I'm not sure you can.
That's a strange, goopy thing.
Yeah, that's consistency is just. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Jelly.
do you want to just show that off in the close?
Nah. I think the less handling it gets, the better, frankly.
What is that one?
You can see it on your hand quite clearly. I don't want to eat this, Paul. I really don't want to eat this.
Okay, yeah, this sticks together.
There you go. I don't even know what flavour that's meant to be. It's pretty horrible.
Is it matcha?
I don't know.
Is it wasabi?
That's the matcha, yeah.
Is that? Yeah, that does.
So it tastes like green tea powder.
Mm.
Which, yeah.
Matcha's awesome.
There you go, Phil. Have some melty matcha.
Melty matcha?
Hmm.
How about as a reward for finishing my soldering?
Yeah.
Currently I'm mostly just trying to make sure the components sit flush. All over the place.
This is the other one as well. This is the one Rory was raving about. This is a weird little white sweet. He described it as looking like somebody's small organ, and I thought it looked like the contents of a sebaceous cyst.
I think it's like it's Pikachu's spleen, isn't it, or something? That's
Yeah.
clearly what it
But
is.
you know, you see on R Popping or on YouTube, Dr. Pimple Popper, and they have the big thing on the skin.
Oh,
I don't.
This
I don't,
is what's inside it.
No.
I don't use those channels,
Ever.
but that is unnervingly douchey.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mochi.
This is mochi.
Okay.
That is mochi.
What's that made out of?
Rice.
Okay.
Oh.
He said the taste was quite pleasant.
Did he?
Yeah, go for it, man.
It's rice starch, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really eat sweets.
This was my favourite one that was kind of safe for work.
Sweet, generally.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Try
Okay.
try it.
So this
Try
one
it,
here,
can
this
you
one
make
appears to
one?
have a girl in a bear
some
costume with
tinsnips
blood
on.
on the claws.
Ah, okay.
Get that out.
Be right back.
Class. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
camera. Where's Phil gone? Oh, Braid, I think. Oh yes, it's murderous bear lady sweets. Yummy.
Tastes a bit milky.
Snippy,
Maybe that's why I didn't like the smell of it. What's it look like inside? Just kind of a clearer.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you preserving this for? Oh, the bear on the back's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you saving this one?
I have a bear thing.
Oh, yeah,
You can
yes.
open it. You can open
No,
it.
we're going to find out what's inside.
Mm.
You built this one up. Well, hoping it's.
Yeah. You've still got 2 types of Kit Kat to get through.
And I know which one's the wasabi now, so it's even worse.
I think the wasabi will be better for you than the matcha.
It might be actually.
Matcha.
What are they? These are just like little hard sweets.
Yeah, so I think these are wasabi. They're bear flavour.
Japanese sweet wrappings are just crazy, aren't they? They're so intricate and involved. And
Yeah.
there's about 8 boiled sweets in there, and that's it.
They are very much the souvenir sweets for idiots like me.
Ah, souvenir sweets.
Think of those ye olde
there you go.
English sweet shops in Cambridge. Probably about the same kind of thing. Ow! 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 Please don't protect my forehead. From ballistic ICU.
Oh,
What's
That's
that?
kind of okay.
Bill, you have lots of Kit Kats to catch up on.
I think the last
Ow!
one's going to be the best.
I've eaten one of those already, so you.
Okay.
If you haven't tried it,
I haven't tried
had
it
one
yet.
out of the kitchen,
Yeah.
and it was the best by far.
Okay. If you want to show off the grand prize now, you got your burger thing. There's another version there. Ah,
It looks great, that doesn't it?
this is a work of art.
It is a
Show
work
it
of
off. Apparently they're going to make sushi kits as well, where you kind of have some sweet kind of barley or something instead of the rice.
Oh, right, okay.
You put the little Kit Kats on top.
So these are, you should totally search YouTube for these. These are kits to make tiny little mini foods, and I think it's basically all sweets, but you get lots of weird powders and things, and you mix them together, and sometimes you stick it in the microwave, and then you cut out tiny little French fries, and they basically take about half an hour to make, have no nutritional value whatsoever, and cost about £8 a go or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's somebody on YouTube who has a little tiny kitchen to cook these little tiny things in.
The sweet corn process is amazing. How does that work?
Let's have a look. Break it open.
Are we allowed to? I'm just going to show that on camera. That's cool. So they basically have these really in-depth instructions on how you make all of these little fake foods. I know, but it's in Japanese. It doesn't matter.
Don't be racist.
Can't read it. It's not racist. I just
Someone
can't read
can
it.
read it.
There's nothing there.
Our viewers will comment with the translations.
So, inside the box we have another wrapper, which is like there's little bits that you cut out of this to make the cone for the fries and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Bring your own sellotape, I think.
How's it going, Phil?
Swimmingly.
And
Catch up on the chocolate though.
oh man, that smells a bit chemically.
Yeah.
Get a whiff of that.
Ooh. Sweet and
Where
weird.
the hell does
Yeah.
the buzzer go?
So the Pimmerone rating scale for noodles is normally kind of
It's
how
the
many
number of sachets, right?
is a big modifier. So
Definitely.
if this was noodles, this would totally win. It has about 7 sachets in there.
These are all powders so far.
Yeah, the whole thing is made out of powder.
That's powder.
Powder.
These might be balls. Yeah, these are little balls. I think they're the
sweet
outside of the sweet corn, right?
Yeah.
And then we got some sprinkles, and we got some tiny little sticks, and a gummy lump thing,
That's the middle of the corn, maybe?
and a tiny shovel. It's
Yeah.
brilliant. But we haven't come prepared at all because you need water, right? But
Okay, probably, yeah.
We'll make this and we'll tweet it later. We'll tweet
Yeah.
a picture of our best effort
Yeah.
of making this later on.
Yeah. So this is all kind of the fun side of Japan, but really the whole place was just beautiful. The people were friendly, very, very welcoming, and just generally, it's got its hooks into me, and I'm going back to retire there, obviously.
It did sound pretty darned cool.
Yeah. I have like 6 or 7 tenugui wraps to put on my head, so that basically I don't kind of drip water all day in the 38-degree heat.
Is it that hot?
It was 38 degrees and humid. It was
That is-
inhuman
That is pretty
on the
hot.
worst day. 10 minutes outside was just, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
It's a cool place though. I mean, it looks cool. They
yeah.
look like they've got some. I totally messed this up.
Yeah. And we went there via Helsinki on the Airbus A350.
You went on Thin Air,
Finnair.
no less.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the A350 is a really nice package. They have Android tablets in the back of the seats. They've stopped messing about with weird screens.
custom integrated.
And just say,
shenanigans.
let's put tablets there.
Well, they're easy to replace, aren't they?
Yeah.
Less mess there.
Totally self-contained and not dependent upon a centralised system.
I think he's basically done it.
Cool.
Just got one more thing to go. Were we going to talk quickly about the new Raspbian? Because it's a big upgrade.
Yeah. Stretch.
As
Yep.
big an upgrade as it sounds, I suppose. It's a distro release, but it doesn't change an awful lot.
Okay.
I suppose it does change an awful lot. Just it will feel familiar.
Yeah.
I believe there's one thing specifically that's interesting in here is that it has new firmware for the Broadcom Wi-Fi chip that fixes the vulnerability that was.
Does that mean if you
released a
don't
while back.
install Stretch, your firmware will still be vulnerable?
Well, no, I think you can pull it back, but this, it's definitely in Stretch, so I think that's good.
Cool.
There's a new version of Sonic Pi, which is good.
Yep.
Very good.
Chromium has been updated.
Pulse audio has been killed by default.
Oh, so it's all ALSA now, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
And yeah, stuff like that. So check it out. Well worth a
And
reflash.
a bunch of the Pimmerone libraries are still pre-installed.
Aren't they, Phil?
Yeah. So you can start coding with Explorer Hat, Automation Hat, off the bat without going to the internet.
You can.
We
If you
were
know
going to
what the
try some
codes are.
live coding to show off the fact you can basically just get started and toggle.
Oh,
something
today
from
we were
offline
going.
time.
Have you got a thing? Do you want to do a thing, Phil?
I did bring a thing, but I ended up live soldering instead.
Do you want to do your thing? Is this a
Yeah.
fresh install?
So there we go, fresh
Fresh
install,
install.
There we go.
blank desktop.
I'll give you your keyboard back. How's that?
Yeah.
For a deal.
I'll get it up so Phil can actually see what he's doing.
You do that. I'll put your last headers on.
Yeah. And I think we're burning Noobs 2.4.3 right now, so that will be standard on the store from maybe tomorrow if you buy a Noobs card from us. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Right. No, my mouse. Where'd my mouse go? Never mind.
Did you have a mouse?
I had a mouse. That pie's going to fall off the back of this. We've got a vintage Explorer hat on the back edge of this.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, that is one of the prototype ones, right?
It is.
Yes.
It's not vintage.
No,
Yeah.
it's antique. It's a green prototype Explorer hat. Whoa.
I don't know if it actually works. Also, everything appears to have just broken.
What's broken?
Really good
What did you
stuff.
do, Phil?
I don't know what I did. Let's just do that.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
totally.
have you just ejected the SD card?
Probably, yeah. I do. I like to run around the workshop doing that to everyone's pies. That's how I get my kicks.
I
No SD card
I
for
guess
you.
my bet just using not a Pi 3, so it's got the SD card eject on it, and that's now the second time in as many hours that the SD card has been ejected.
My
The
apologies.
eject mechanism was bad days, bad times.
Mm. Did you have your wasabi sweet yet, Phil? There you go.
Oh, is that wasabi?
Mm.
Looks very innocuous. I mean, you wouldn't expect much from it.
That's wasabi for you, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Innocuous to a fault.
1 minute it's just kind of horseradish that's green, and the next minute your nose is on fire.
Where's
It's only got
the go?
one
I
pie.
don't know.
It's only got what?
It's only got one pie.
Yeah.
Is this
It's
a
a
big
one
loss?
pie.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
It's a
probably
vintage
another-
pie.
Mm.
Where does the buzzer go for?
I don't know.
A vintage pie that I think we've just...
Just thing.
Oh, it's just going to boot very slowly, isn't it?
I think it might just go in one of the...
Oh, you can just plug it in. Just plug it in.
Yeah.
We'll pretend that's
Does it
intentional.
go in the header?
Plug it in.
What's going on?
Right there.
Does that make sense?
No, not really.
PWM pins.
Well, it's an SDA pin and ground, so yeah, in principle, we could probably do something with that.
Yeah. Sweet.
Good job, Phil.
So then you just have micro USB power, composite for the video, USB for the keyboard.
Fully assembled in less time than it takes 3 fools to film a live streamed internet show.
Okay, I'm going to put the code big, and I'm going to put
Everything's
small.
big. Big
You need to move your
section.
window up now,
I was
Phil.
I'd say actually we should be using Thonny, shouldn't we?
Thonny!
Thonny.
Thonny is the
Things
new
have come a
IDE.
long way since sort of original Raspberry Pi. We now
Oh, yeah.
have, by and large, access to most things without needing root, except for stuff like Unicorn Hat, which does special magic and still needs
DNA
root.
transfers.
So that means you
Cool.
can launch an IDE and you can write and debug Python without having to do any special launching trickery and any sudo Thonny or sudo idle
Yeah.
nonsense.
I've heard good things about Thonny as well.
I can't believe we chose a
Good.
single core Pi.
You. Is
That's
that
it.
still starting up? Much better on a
Yeah.
Pi 3, folks.
There
There we go.
I can't actually
Ta-da.
see through them. They're all
Do you want to wear the crab hat? That might help.
crab hat? The
Crab
hat of
toading hat.
shame.
The crab hat
So-
is the ultimate debugging accoutrement. There you go.
Actually-
Wear it like that.
The words appear after I finish typing.
Cool.
What Explorer Hat? So Explorer Hat is already installed, so we should just be able to presumably.
Was this
press-
sorry? This is a fresh stretch install,
This is a brand new, fresh.
and you've not done anything with
I
it
haven't
yet.
installed anything on it. This,
Wow.
This is a,
Not connected to the internet because it's a B+.
yeah, that's my reason for choosing an older Pi. Actually,
I'm starting to see your
reason
reasoning now, Phil.
Best idea.
Cool.
Oh, and I haven't actually used Thonny all that much. So
Press the red button. Okay.
save as something. Example.py.
Mm-hmm. And we don't call it ExplorerHat.py because things go badly wrong.
It's amazing how often that causes problems.
Oh, you don't have I2C set up. You need to enable I2C.
Enable all the
Do you
things.
really want to go through another reboot cycle?
Oh,
But do you
yeah.
need to reboot for I2C now? Is it, you can just mock over it, I guess, and bring the. In there?
Is it Ice got some death?
I think it is.
Surely that can't be that simple. No!
No, apparently not.
There's another one, isn't there? The
Bit of BCM something, I2C something.
This is why we don't do live demos.
Yeah.
Interface
No, it's
option.
why we do. It's because we have time
Yeah.
to contemplate our existence.
Everyone on chat's got nowhere to go today. It's fine.
Boom.
Cool. Do you reckon you need to restart Thonny?
We have a ice cream
Have a
box.
day for ice cream thing.
Ah, ah, ah.
Did you just debug?
I keep overshooting.
Oh, the latency on that panel
Yeah.
is...
Oh, there we go.
Woo!
Boom. Look at that.
Now we can do.
No. In your face, Les Pounder.
What's he done?
You'll need to reboot
Oh, right.
Thonny surely, but Thonny's like, no, I got this. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Did that work?
It's been a long time since I've even used. I've put one instead of on. Total fool.
Yeah. One's like for the motor drivers. Right?
Go, 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 go. Ah, no, there's got to be a hotkey for this. There we go. We've got a.
Hey!
No, have we got a
Hold it up, John. Hold it up, John.
Red light! Oh, actually,
Without
this
ejecting
is
the
a
SD
prototype
card.
of the second version of Explorer Pack because it's got the PCB lighting on.
It has.
Yeah.
Indeed. Ta-da,
Cool.
We have a
So this
LED.
is fresh out of the box news card. No network, no having to install extra software, and you can
Minimal shenanigans.
I think
Start
John just
just
ejected the... Oh, no,
following
it's still there.
guides,
It's there. I was careful that time.
and you can have your time to blink. Just waiting for stuff to appear on
Yeah.
the screen.
I can put it on the screen here, Phil, so you can actually type with some alacrity.
And try not to use Vim commands to get a new line because that won't work. Actually, well, did I just go to the end of a line pressing right and have it wrap around? I did.
Probably.
Hmm. That sounds like a thing. More indent.
Less indent.
You need no indent.
I
Phil.
over-indented.
Phil, what have you done? Oh, you're just doing blinking lights. Blinking lights.
Ooh.
Put your lights on and lights off are not indented.
Ah!
I know Pythons.
Literally can't move the carrot around.
Pythons do not like that. It's over
It's
here.
so slow.
It's just like put it up for it so you could actually...
Ah.
There you go.
Slow there as well.
Okay.
Save. There'll be a hotkey for that one. Is it F5?
Oh,
Hover over it.
risky click of the day.
No. Anyway, Thonny's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It works well. It
And
looks better on a
it's got
Pi 2 or 3.
Syntax
Is it
highlighting
blinking?
and stuff, and it works. We have Blinky, yes.
Do we have a blinking light?
So that's your
Awesome.
mean
So-
time to Blinky.
If you're in a classroom and you've got some code to crib and you have no internet, this is the way forward. You can use most of our hats. I think the unicorn hat's the only one you're waiting for, isn't it? Because you need to do some library tidying up.
Yes,
Yes.
Unicorn Hat, I've released the new version of the library today, actually,
Cool.
because the old version was incompatible with Stretch.
Mhm.
Yep.
At least as far as I can tell. So I've released a new version of the Unicorn Hat library and a new version of RFI WS2812 or WS281X.
Lovely.
And I'm going to release a new version of WS281X, which links to a dynamic library rather than compiling it all in,
Mhm.
or so I hope anyway.
Cool.
So when we have the Unicorn Hat and Shiny Blinky Light stuff actually baked into Raspbian, then people who like to program in C or any other language will have that dynamic library available
Very
for
nice.
the Blinky Light controlling.
Richard Collins is asking why there's a big pause between you typing and the text coming up. I think it's just because it's Pi B+. It's a very
old
slow
Pi.
processor, single core.
There
So
are some video processing latency
But-
as well.
the audio will be matched, obviously.
I
So
imagine
you
there's-
you should see them both simultaneously, even though there's latency as a whole, right?
No, it'll be about 250 milliseconds, I think. If
This
that.
is crazy latency.
And
If I
Between
And
that
B+.
view and that view,
Yeah.
the quick
Because
brown fox
which
jump
bit?
Oh, no,
over
'cause that's
the
delayed as well.
lazy
they're all
dog.
captured in the same way, right? Effectively.
No, it is just because it's a B+, you're right.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, you've got the full desktop environment, which is the new one, which is probably heavier than the original Raspbian desktop environment, and
Yeah.
you've got Funny running on there. I think it's just it needs multiple cores really.
Yeah.
Two would be fine, but one is a bit of a stretch.
This is
Oh,
foolish.
wow! Oh,
I fear it.
Very cool. What was that, Phil? Wasabi sweet.
Wasabi sweet.
Is it good?
He didn't say good as such.
Just stimulating.
We've got a couple of new products on the store that are worth a look.
Okay.
Can we go on, do this.
Like a ninja.
Oh, no, we need that. Like a ninja.
What?
We
What do you
that.
need? Oh, we need
We
that.
can have that mini. The other one. Left a bit. That one.
There we go.
So we've got the Day of the Geek Soldering badge. This is from our friends at Protopic. It's been super popular. We brought some in. They all disappeared very quickly. We bought some more. They all went. So we got some more. And that one's going to fall in the swamp as well, probably.
Yep.
But they're kind of cool. The artwork's lovely.
Yep.
And nice badge. And also we now have the colour-coded GPIO header Pi Hut. And this is just super handy. Install it on your Pi. And it gives you all the power pins are labelled, 5 volts, the 3v3s, and all the ground pins are labelled, and they do not connect. So it just makes it much easier to kind of work out and offset where your jumper cables need to go or whatever. But it's just a dead handy little thing.
Yeah.
You okay, Phil?
And it now makes us kind of even Stevens with the board we did not mention. Tinkerboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brutal. Oh.
Right.
Because that was like the coolest feature of it.
That was the coolest feature.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell, we are out of here.
We are fading to black.
Sorry we were late. Don't forget to
Yes.
like.
Comment.
And sayonara.
See you next week. Bye.
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 2 out of my 5. That's like 40% of my Japanese.